move to the price. Okay? Here, there are certain things you need to know when it comes to pricing. First, what is an acceptable price point for your product? Okay? Just because, let's say, you are new on the market and you are launching a new product does not mean that this product has to be, let's say, less expensive or cheaper than the competition. So you have to see actually there is an acceptable price point for your product. Do not undercharge, do not overcharge. And whenever it is that you are overcharging, it has to be justified with a good quality or with a better quality. Okay? But for the same quality or for similar product features, your price point has to be similar to what the competition is charging in the market. And here we go to the next point. How much is the competition charging for the same product? So you have to study what the competition is charging, and you do not have to replicate that. Okay, your price policy has to depend on a lot of things, of which the competition's price. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you have to replicate that to the exact number, but at least it will give you an idea of what's happening around you. How much of a price elasticity do you have, and what is the price sensitivity of your product? Now, those two, I will be explaining them in the next slide because they're actually, they are very related and they are extremely important in the definition of your pricing strategy. So, we look at price elasticity, okay? It is a measure of the effect of a price change or a change in the quantity supplied on the demand for a product or service. So it means that by how much can you change your price, let's say decreasing or increasing without it affecting the demand for a product or a service, okay? So that price elasticity is actually a range. It's a range between the lowest point and the highest point for a certain product. And you know that you should be in that range when it comes to your prices because this is the acceptable range for a product like yours. So for instance, if we're talking about smartphones, okay, the price elasticity of smartphones is somewhere maybe between $600 and $1,000. Okay, let's just say something like that. And then if I come to the market with a smartphone that is at $200, that doesn't mean that people are not going to necessarily buy it because then the price decrease would be linked to a lack of quality. And same thing for a smartphone that is at $2,000 because whatever features it has do not justify the price, the high price. So that is what price elasticity is. It is a range of prices that you can play at without it affecting the demand for a product or a service. Okay? Now, price sensitivity, on the other hand, is the degree to which the price of a product affects consumer purchasing behavior. Okay? So here, you can say, for instance, and I'm going to give you some examples on price sensitivity. Sometimes people are very sensitive to price changes, and here it's especially when we're talking about fast-moving FMCG products, okay? Sometimes they are less sensitive, and sometimes they are not sensitive at all.